I'm Haley Taylor, and you're listening to the Rough Draft Diaries. Today is Valentine's Day. It actually falls on a Wednesday this year, which means we have no choice but to celebrate it here on the Rough Draft Diaries. Initially, I had a handful of ideas for this holiday special, but they all seemed to fall through. So I decided instead to hit the streets and ask the public of Toledo what they thought of this particular holiday. Actually, it was too cold to hit the streets, so I just hung out in a coffee shop. We'll hear from a newly engaged woman, a priest, a student, an individual who was very hesitant to be interviewed, a married couple, a professor, and a theater director. And again, the question was very simple. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I pretend like I don't care, but I actually care a lot. I really like spending Valentine's Day with my boyfriend. It's really special to just hang out with this one very unique person that knows you in and out and wants to be with you on that day specifically. So I can see how it gets really cheesy and, it's very commercial and you buy things and it's Hallmark and yada yada, but that feels good. So I think that you're allowed to feel good.
I'm not. It weirdly falls on Ash Wednesday this year, and I'm a Lutheran pastor. So it's a good thing I'm single because I'll be putting ashes on people's heads and not actually going on any dates. Although I've thought about putting ash hearts on people's heads to remember that they're dust and they're also beloved. For me, it's one of those things where expressing love and figuring out how to be intimate is stuff that, why do we need a holiday for that? And it puts all this pressure on this one particular holiday that's got all these hearts and candy and stuff. Where it's stuff that is beautiful for any day of the week.
I've always been a fan, even when I'm single. I don't know, I think people are so grinchy about it if they're single. But I just think it's really cute seeing all the pinks and purples and all the hearts. And I get excited. A little jealous sometimes. I'm like, oh, but it's overall really cute to see people being happy. Stop, okay, I don't have a who with. I guess just whatever is meant for me is meant for me. Whatever happens, whoever, it's chill. I'd probably want to go to an art museum or honestly the big old library and sit in the children's section and pick out your favorite. That's it. I want to pick out my favorite childhood books and read them to each other in voices.
I guess I could take it or leave it. And some folks maybe need a day that they're reminded to tell their loved ones or significant others that they love and appreciate them, but I try and do that on a more regular basis than that one day. So, but I understand why there may need to be that one time that folks need to express themselves. So that's all I got.
I'm a fan of finding the time to get away from work and go to dinner with my wife, but the balloons or flowers, I get my flowers for my wife randomly, just at any given time. I don't like being forced to do so for Valentine's Day, but when we go out to dinner, it's nice.
Don't go out on the day of. Don't go out on Valentine's Day because the reservations are going to be ridiculous. They'll probably up the prices on different things, and it's just too much pressure. Just go out a couple days later or the week of or even the week after and say it's your Valentine's dinner. Don't put pressure on the actual day.
I love Valentine's Day. It's one of my favorite days of the year because my husband always surprises me with something beautiful, flowers and candy, and I think it's so romantic. And I even have a heart-shaped wreath that's made of these silk roses, and I put that up in my house, and I have all kinds of hearts around. I just love Valentine's Day. There's not enough love today, is there? We gotta share the love, don't we?
So I had a rocky start with Valentine's Day with the gentleman who is now my husband. He tried to do something nice for me for Valentine's Day, and it was a combination of he executed it poorly and I was much less than gracious about it. So since then, we have decided to take a bit of a uncomfortably anti-Valentine's Day. So what we do now every year on Valentine's Day is we get a heart-shaped pizza and we watch a Quentin Tarantino movie. And that is how we observe Valentine's Day. My daughter, she's 4 now, she insists that every day in which you feel inclined to inform someone, I love you, that is Valentine's Day. So all year round, she will look at me and say, hey, Mom, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. All year round. So Valentine's Day for us is really just about finding the best way to express your love to the people that you love, regardless of whether or not it's romantic or whatever. So we do like Valentine's Day because we found the way that it suits us.
So on this Valentine's Day, whether you're celebrating it by yourself or with a significant other or not at all, I hope that you find the best way to express your love to the people that mean the most to you. For now, I'm Haley Taylor, and thanks for listening to this episode of the Rough Draft Diaries. Happy Valentine's Day.